In my mind, this is what my African American literature class looked like on the first day. I was unsure about African American literature because I never really read that much, but actually going to the class every day and understanding what my teacher's talking about, it really changed my life. The next few videos will show you what I've taken away from my African American literature class, and I feel all of these things that I've taken away, you can take away too. My first thing I took away from my African American literature class was the ability to critically think about different topics and not just follow the mainstream voice. African American literature changes the narrative, and it takes back the power, and it gives it back to the people, and it gives them back their history. By changing the narrative, it allows you to see the world through a different lens. These two men embody the principles that I previously spoke on, which was critically thinking and to change a narrative. W.E.B. Du Bois forces you to critically think about your surroundings. And David Walker, he refutes the narrative that Thomas Jefferson tries to paint black people as. When I was in 10th grade, I wrote an essay about how I was for abortion. Now, when I look back, I realized that I still kept that same 10th grade mentality of being for abortion. But watching the Maafa 21 documentary, it really opened my eyes and it planted a seed, and it challenged my way of thinking. My perception of the Black Power movement was definitely tainted. I was only presented the Black Power movement in high school for one day. I think it was one paragraph. And I didn't follow up with any further investigation. But within this African American literature class, it is really taught and of the truth behind the Black Power movement and how they tried to empower all. There's many texts that we read, and trying to pick a favorite was kind of hard for me, but the next two slides are the two of my favorite texts from the whole semester. I chose Jesse Redmond Fawcett's Plum Bun as one of my favorites because it depicted two generations' lack of communication. The mom had a certain motive for the way she did the things she did, but her daughter didn't understand that motive or didn't know the motive, so her daughter was lost. My other favorite was Neil's Black Arts Movement. Within this text, Larry Neal, he defines what the Black aesthetic is, and he also gives you direction as to how to achieve the Black aesthetic. And as an artist, this text was very enlightening and motivational. At the age of 18, I made a decision to die for something. I enlisted into the United States Air Force. Making this decision was not hard. It was just out of tradition because everybody else has done it inside of my family. But these two gentlemen, they really give me a reason to find something to die for, to fight for. In Malcolm X's Ballad of the Bullet speech, he emphasizes Black nationalism and even says that he would die for Black nationalism, that he would die for his people to come together and to thrive together. And I would die for something like that. The MOVE movement was led by John Africa. Inside of this documentary, it exposes the corrupt system that goes against African Americans for just living their everyday lives. They believed in communal living, They believed in making their own laws, and this is something to die for. That's something to die for. Overall, my African American literature class, it inspired me, it motivated me, it challenged me, it frustrated me, it opened me up to new things, and I'm just forever grateful for taking this class. Thank you, Dr. Benson.